Hey guys, it's me. I'm I'm gonna do an introduction. My name is John Clem. You've known me by nicknames by Appleseed, Clem Dollar Radio, Papa Bear, Elmo. I got a lot of nicknames out there. I want to say I want to get this off of my mind. I've really been thinking about this, and I'm gonna take you the process of how my brain works and how I think inside my heart. Well, I have what people would that doctors call bipolar disorder, and I got the worst kind of it. And so sorry about that, you guys. I just had to turn off my notifications. Um, it really, I have schizoaffective with it. It's really scary. I don't want anybody to think of me different because I'm this way. Because I never thought of anyone different that has a mental health problem themselves. Because in this world that we live in, there's a lot of mental health problems. Not mental problems, mental health issues. And the way we can do this is through medication, meditation, coping skills. There's so much out there. Back when our parents were born and when mental health started getting diagnosed, they had no remedies except for a few things of meds, and it was scary for them. I mean, I first developed ADHD when I was young, at the age of all I can remember is when I was 5. I was taking medicine for it and going to school. I really wasn't. I was a people person. I was a big nerd. And if you notice, I love Star Trek. I still do. I watch the old ones, even the new ones. Um, I, I come together here to tell people, not to give up, because when you have all this stuff, mental health problems and everything, it can be hard, but you got to push through it. And with my ADHD, I had, kind of sort of thing, that I was kind of like when I got older, through my teenage years, I never really thought of oh, I don't have ADHD. I'm just taking a pill just to focus, right? And then when I was getting older, even when I turned, I think 16 or 17, around there, I started to skip meds, and that's where it became a problem with me focusing and everything. But, and why I say but, my senior year, I stopped taking the meds. I was taking some over the counter, of course, not prescribed meds, and I stopped altogether. My doctor wasn't really happy that I did that, but I did it. My doctor's like, okay, you can do whatever you want, but he didn't say come crying to me, but he's like, well, I'm always here. Well, I never got on the B honor roll, A honor roll. Well, I did in elementary school, pushing that off the side, all through high school. Senior year, got B honor roll, B, 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 B. Not all B's, but one C or something like that, or a couple A's, I got on the B honor roll. I was shocked. I was like, whoa. And I was just utterly in shock, I was like, wow, I can do anything. I started developing, all these symptoms of, at the time, I just thought they were just normal. And I started becoming manic, where I started spending stuff. I started going, I worked at a Bible camp. I worked hard labor, jobs. Sorry, I catched my outside. But, it, like, I wanted to always spend, 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 spend. Once I got that money, I was like, boom, 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 boom. And then, in 2011, I decided I'm going to go to the Job Corps for education. Which, if you guys don't know what Job Corps is, look it up. It's with a P without, not a E. Okay, get that? All right. Um, I developed some habits. I met a lot of good people. I got there being a guy that had never done anything, been clean slated of doing anything, and all this stuff. And then I started smoking cigarettes. I started, developing doing chew. Um, it was hectic. It was not pleasant. So I was getting all this stuff. I was getting nicotine fiend and everything, and I was going for culinary arts. I was wanting to become a chef. Got the cook with the Norwegian chefs and developed some good skills. Um, Met a lot of good people, like I said. Um, what else? I would, and then I was done with Job Corps in 2012. No, yeah, 2012. I was done. Started living on my own. Started another development. Started socialized drinking. Became into binge. Started drinking right after work. I would have enough money to start drinking, and then that's where everything just. And then I started losing friends from suicide, which is sad. It's very hard to take for me. And then I was in a very toxic relationship, and I almost became homeless if it wasn't for my family. And my mom noticed my moods were starting to shift really bad, drastically. I thank her so much. Bless her heart. Um, I went to go get tested, and I found out I had bipolar disorder. And I'm like, oh, great. And she said, you got the worst kind. You got bipolar 1, which is schizoaffective. So she says, like, go see she was a doctor. She could prescribe my prescriptions. I started taking my meds. They said that when I was in Thief River, over in where I was living with when I was in a toxic relationship, but I wasn't taking my meds. But the thing is, they didn't test me. So we'll push that off the side and say, I was tested. I got what I needed. I needed to take all this meds. And then she left. She went to go work somewhere else in another field, which is okay. I had to go find another place to go work, go and get help. So, um, so I did that, and I seen a doctor, and he helped me out, and then he transferred me to another doctor, and then I got transferred to another doctor. I saw a therapist to cope with my cope with the people that I've lost, and it was really hard for me to take in death. And I had to learn coping measures, how to deal with it, and it just overwhelming was just hard, just really really hard. And I was in the psych ward in one hospital 4 times, wait, 3 times, and the rest two. I went to another one to go get better help, and that's when I got told I would needed to go see a better doctor, which I did. They put me on this med called lithium, right? Well, they did blood tests twice on me. And normally, they're supposed to do it twice a month, and they didn't. Um, I this if you, when you're watching this, this is happening in 2019 now. My lithium levels were skyrocketing, and they were all the way to my kidneys, darn near my brain. I was starting to phase out. I was having trouble to breathe, and I started losing memory really bad. The only people I could remember in my brain, my mother, my father, my stepdad, and my sister and my brother. I didn't know what the doctors wanted to do. I didn't remember my name. I didn't remember what the date was. They kept on asking that though, and I could not sleep worth a wink because I had to do my kidneys shut down on me, and they had to put me on kidney dialysis. I still have the marks, and like one time it was like 4 hours, like literally 4 hours of kidney dilation. And then perhaps then put in the port. It was hot, it was warm, it was scary. I was scared because I was scared that my life was going to end. But something touched me on the shoulder, a bunch of hands. I had guardian angels all over me. It was really, really tough. You know, I don't want no one to go through this. No one. I mean, it was hectic. Sorry about the voices downstairs. That's my family. But I was scared for my life. And all I had was family and very little friends that knew about it. And I'd start turning to God. It's like, God, please keep me safe. And then it was just miraculously that I made it. Doctors were just shocked that I made it. I'm sorry. It's just hard to do one take on here, but I'm doing it. God damn here. Anyways, it was an outer body experience. You know, I just felt so many people's presence on me that I have inspired in the past, not in the future, but in the past, and helped, and that I have missed deeply. And there was people that I've missed for years. But anyways, push that. If you guys got any questions, please inbox me. Do not comment, please, about it, because then I'll get so many notifications, and you know me. So I was scared. I was like, I couldn't see. Like, even with my glasses, I couldn't see. I was blurred vision. My speech was slurred. Everything. So every day started getting better, a little bit by a little bit, little by little bit. They weren't sure if the kidney dilation, I did it twice, and they weren't sure if it was gonna work. So they said it worked the second or third day. I don't remember so much. So I apologize if I don't. So I go, I'm starting to, get switched into different rooms. My mom tucked me in one night. I remember that because my mom was scared. My whole family was. It was touching. It was scary. It was just so miraculously weird, and just how everything changed. Just with a simple thing. But I've been out of the hospital for 3 weeks. This happened in November of 2019. But what it learned me is that you never know. Take life preciously, and never give up. Because if you give up, then for people that give up, for them they feel like there's no hope. There is hope on the other side of the tunnel. Excuse me. But to say this, I've learned a lot. So please understand and help people with mental health or even physical health. Do an act of random kindness. Take them out to see a movie. Go and hang out with them for a couple hours, or just BS. Like, talk about what's going on in town, Take them on a ride. Take them on rides. I mean, the small stuff counts. But I can't always do the talking. It's time to do your part and make sure you know what you're taking, and make sure your doctors know what to do, what you're doing, and make sure your doctors do their job. And most doctors do. The last one I just had almost cost my life. I don't blame. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I forgive him. But it'll be forever scarred in my life for what happened to me. I love you guys. Like I say, peace and God bless.